I spent years disliking, even hating my body. I was a dancer. I felt like I wasn't thin enough. I wasn't tall enough. I wasn't having the right shape in the right way. And it developed into a huge binge eating disorder and a lot of body dysmorphia. So I know what it's like to hate where I'm at, no matter what shape I am, because the truth is, when I was perfectly thin and quote unquote in ideal shape, I still didn't feel good. And certainly when I felt way out of control in my behaviors and in my body, I felt awful. There was so much focus on dieting and exercise, and that's really what our society tells us. And I thought that if I could just get to this ideal body, then I would feel better. Then I would finally feel like, okay, I can love myself, I'm in control, I feel great. I am here to tell you today that diet and exercise alone will not get you to an amazing shape, and certainly not to feeling amazing in your body. But there is something that will, and it's something that I've been practicing deliberately for the last 6 or 7 years. And now I'm able to maintain my health, I'm able to maintain my fitness effortlessly. And yes, I can eat whatever I want. I can move whenever I want. It doesn't require restriction, but it is something that I have to show up and do consistently if I want that kind of effortless fitness, effortless health, and effortless radiance. Stay tuned for today's Lana TV to find out what it is and how you can achieve it. As some of you may know, I danced when I was young, and then I practiced and taught yoga. I did some personal training. I used to teach group aerobics. So I've done everything under the sun that really involved my body. And I've ranged anywhere from having, perfectly sculpted abs to feeling overweight. I never really got too overweight. I don't think that I've ever been more than 20 pounds overweight or so. Not unless you count being pregnant as overweight. I was definitely huge when I had my twins. But going through all of these body changes and looking for this holy grail and trying all of these diets and really exercising because I felt like I had to do it in order to stay in shape was truly miserable. And I just didn't know any other way. And so when I discovered that it's not about the action, it's about the intention, that whole idea blew my mind. What do you mean it's not about the action? What do you mean? So I can sit there and eat potato chips on my couch and be perfectly healthy and fit? And Abraham-Hicks says that it's not what you eat, it's what you believe about what you eat that makes the difference in your body and in your life. And that really got me to thinking well, then it's not about how you move or when you move, it's what you believe about what you move. And the truth is, I've seen my share of people, some who really move a lot and eat the super healthy, organic and grass-fed and vegan, vegetarian or whatever diets. And I've seen some people that are super healthy, both mentally, physically, emotionally, that look amazing also, that don't adhere to these principles. Some people eat a ton of this, some people don't eat at all. Some people move a lot, some people move a little. And it made me realize that there wasn't this connection between if you do this, then you will look like this. Then each body in each person is really individual. And what makes the distinction is your beliefs, your mindset, and certainly your alignment. So as I've been practicing this, I just did a Lana live video on Facebook that I'll put a link to, where I basically bragged about, and I felt a little bit weird about it, how I'm able to stay in great shape, especially now during my pregnancy, totally effortlessly. And I've really been taking it to a whole other level this year, where I recognize that it doesn't really matter what I eat, when I eat, it doesn't matter how much I move or how I move. My body's been really maintaining itself irrespective of my actions. Now that's been totally mind-blowing for me. And even I'm still getting up to speed with this idea that it doesn't actually matter what I do. It matters how I feel about what I do. And if I feel in total alignment with taking a nap and doing gentle walks and sitting outside in the sunshine and journaling and meditating, and that is how I can maintain perfectly toned biceps and, health and vibrancy and all of that, then that is really what matters. And I've been saying recently that alignment is my health and fitness secret. So now you might have a bunch of questions like, well, I have all of these beliefs that I have. Obviously, most people, most women in our society certainly believe that if they don't do these things, they're going to get horribly out of shape. And they've proven it to themselves. Like, hey, Lana, when I didn't work out, when I didn't follow this diet, when I didn't do this thing, I was really out of shape. Well, the truth is you're going to manifest a self-fulfilling prophecy. Whatever you believe, you will manifest. So to work at the level of beliefs becomes so, so important. And I really feel like it's the only way to truly achieve health inside and out, because otherwise you are punishing yourself. Otherwise you are depriving yourself. Otherwise you are fighting this uphill battle that you're never going to win, because the truth is you don't believe that it can be easy, it can be effortless, that it's your natural right to have a body that is fit, that is vibrant, that is toned, that is really at its optimal, where your cells can regenerate themselves, where you take it for granted that you wake up and your body feels strong and limber and open and flexible and amazing and all of these great things, that your muscles maintain themselves. And so I know it might sound a little bit like mumbo jumbo or like taking a leap of faith, but I promise to you that if you work at the level of the mindset shift and you really start to believe in the possibility that health and staying in your, thin, ideal, whatever shape isn't about the action, you'll start to see evidence of it. So I just want to give you one tool that's really helped me. And it might seem really simple, but this whole alignment thing is really about practicing, not about understanding it theoretically. For me, I imagine my ideal body and I imagine how I would feel in it. So I would take some time and I would think, God, when did I feel the best in my body? And a lot of times it's not like when I had my six-pack or when I was at my greatest shape. It's like, I just felt so good inside. I wanted to jump out of my skin. I felt sexy. I felt alive. I felt on, when I just would like walk into a room and I just felt like $1 million. Like that's the feeling that I wanted. And the more that I focused on this feeling every day, the more that I was able to then recognize when things didn't feel inspiring to me. So that I wasn't taking action for the sake of action. I was really taking inspired action. And how this started manifesting is that I realized, wow, this type of movement really doesn't feel good. Like for example, spinning really didn't feel good to me, didn't feel good to my body. So I stopped doing that. Dancing felt amazing for my body. And the more that I was able to tune in to what resonated and what didn't, and what foods resonated with me and what didn't, the more that I started paying attention to how things felt versus what I thought I should be eating or should be doing, and really stopped listening to outside experts and started listening to myself, that's what made a huge difference. And really being able to envision how I wanted to feel and go there every day was what set that tone. It's like a tuning fork, right? I set that tone and then everything in my life elevated up to that level so that they're vibrating at the same frequency. And it's been amazing now to be super pregnant and to have this effortless, easy pregnancy and know that I don't have to worry about what I eat or what I do, and that after the birth I'll be able to recover just like this, and that it's my natural right, and it's totally effort-free and struggle-free. And if you would have told me 15 years ago when I was struggling with all of my binge eating and self-hatred and body issues that I don't have to struggle and I don't have to suffer and that it can be easy, I would have probably laughed at you or thought you were crazy. But the journey here has been about allowing myself to work at the level of my beliefs. So we have a health and mastering health and fitness course in the Get Full of Yourself membership. And we specifically focus on all of these mindset practices that allow you to love yourself fully and to take inspired action instead of action for the sake of action, where you basically deprive yourself or struggle or suffer in some way. And so I hope that you will take a look at the Get Full of Yourself membership if that's interesting to you, but also take a look at ways that you could start to make your fitness and your health and your vitality more effortless, more joyful. Because when something is so fun for you, like dancing is for me, I'm not doing it with an ulterior motive. I'm not doing it because I'm trying to get somewhere. When I'm eating a certain food that feels really, really good to me, whether that's a steak or broccoli or watermelon or the most delicious mouth-watering croissant or dessert in the world, you don't have to tell me that there is an ulterior motive. Oh, if you eat this croissant, Lana, you're going to be super healthy. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it for the pleasure of it. I'm doing it for the joy of it. I'm doing it because it resonates with me and it feels good to my body. And I trust that what feels good to me is good for me. And that's what's allowed me to consistently and effortlessly maintain my ideal shape and size. And to be totally honest, my ideal shape and size is not a size 2. I've got curves in all the right places. And it's been a process of accepting that what's natural and easy for me is not necessarily the ideal of the beauty that we may have on the cover of Vogue. But that's okay. And I feel like that beauty and that health radiates out to where not only do I feel beautiful and totally irresistible, but everybody around me feels the same way. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. I'd love to hear from you. If anything in this video really touched you, I know this can be a touchy subject. And if you've struggled with your weight, if you've struggled with your fitness, with your health in some way, and I'd also love to know if you are open to taking on my challenge of visualizing how good you want to feel in your body. And I promise you, just doing that visioning for a few minutes every day for even a week or 2 weeks will already start to tune in that emotional guidance system so that you'll be guided to the things that actually serve your body optimally, so that you are doing exactly what you need at the time that you need it, and doing it effortlessly and having a lot of fun, and then getting amazing results as a natural consequence, as a natural side effect. I cannot wait to hear from you. Mwah.